because this is my first time using Google Hangouts for this kind of event. So let me just double check on Facebook and make sure that you guys can see me. If you can and you're on Facebook, can you send me a quick message and just let me know that you can see me, because I've never used Google Hangouts before. I was trying to kind of play with it earlier today because I was like, I better really figure this out before I go live for all these people. But somebody is saying that it's saying that no one is there. Hang on. Let's see. It says I have one viewer. Let me get a couple. Let me just try some different links here to send to you guys. And I will, if you're watching this as a recording, I'll make sure, I'll put in the comments what minute to start watching this, so you don't have to watch through all of us trying to figure out the technical issues. It says I have four views. Oh, okay, good. Okay, well, thank you guys so much for hopping on tonight. I'm really excited to share these tips with you guys because I know what it's like to go through a New Year's resolution where you're like, I am going to get in shape this year, or just doing that all throughout the year, because I've totally done that too. And then getting really excited about it and getting really committed to it, and then it not happening and not working out for you. So I have all these tips for you guys to share. These are all things that I learned myself. So I'm going to share my screen with you guys so you guys can see. So tonight we're going to talk about how to achieve your fitness goals. So a little bit about me quick. I grew up not knowing anything about fitness. Literally, I went to my first day of weight training in high school, and I watched all these people using the training equipment and lifting weights, and I had no idea what I was doing, and I was so intimidated and so scared that I asked the teacher if I could be her teacher's aide, because I was like, this is not happening for me, and I was her teacher's aide for the rest of the semester. I know nothing about fitness. I'm not an athlete whatsoever. I didn't know how to eat right at all. I grew up in a household where we were just meat and potatoes, didn't really have a whole lot of fresh food. It was a lot of processed food. I had no idea how to cook up until like 3 or 4 years ago. So if you're like getting into this and you're wanting to get healthy and you have no idea how to cook, I understand, because I've totally been there. Like I said, I had no idea how to exercise. I felt like I was doomed to be overweight. I don't have amazing genetics. I thought that it was just going to be my fate, that every year I was going to watch the scale go up and up and up. And when I did finally start working out, I was doing endless cardio. I would go into the gym in college and I would do like 30 to 45 minutes on the elliptical, and then I'd go and do like what I thought was this awesome ab workout, and I'd do like 1,000 crunches, and I was like, why am I not seeing results here? Probably because I was going out and drinking pretty much every night afterwards. But you know what I mean? Like you probably understand, if you're listening in on this, what it's like to go into the gym and work really, really hard and not see results. And then I also, for a period of time, was so frustrated with how I looked and how I felt that I experimented with anorexia and bulimia, and I was Googling how to be anorexic because I love food and I could not starve myself. I had to actually try and research how to do it because I wanted to be in shape so badly. And then obviously that didn't really work out. But I never really saw any changes until about 4 years ago, when I started implementing some of the things that I'm going to talk to you guys about tonight. That's when I started finally seeing these amazing changes in my body. I was able to not feel like I had to starve myself. I was eating real food, I was working out, and I was loving it, and I was finally seeing real changes and getting my body to places where I really wanted it to be. It was my goals. So what are you guys going to learn about tonight on this call? If you've got a pen and paper, you can get them out if you want to write down some notes. I definitely suggest it. But this is what I'm going to talk about tonight. My top 10 tips for achieving your fitness goals. So we're going to talk about what to eat, how water will help you with weight loss, how to get more energy for your day, because I know that's been a huge struggle for me in the past, and even sometimes still I struggle with having energy, what exercises to do, just some tips so that you can get the most out of your workouts, and then how to get support, and then most importantly, getting into the right mindset for your transformation. So maybe if you're watching this, you can relate. If you're watching this and you're like, gosh, I feel the exact same way, or maybe you don't have so much stuff that you can relate to, but you're like, I want to get in shape so bad. Maybe you can relate in not knowing what the heck you should be eating in order to get to your fitness goals. Maybe you can relate in not having time to prepare your meals, not knowing how to cook, not having time to do your workouts, not knowing what to do for your workouts, whether those workouts are at home or at the gym. Maybe you're intimidated by the gym like I used to be. Maybe you just don't know what the heck to do for an at-home workout, or you're not seeing results from your at-home workout. Maybe you're not getting support, whether that's from your spouse or just getting support in general. You feel like you need an extra support network to help you to stick with it, because I know I can really fall off the wagon if I don't have a really great support network. And then maybe you're used to making promises to yourself and then breaking them. I know I used to do that all the time. And maybe you're just not you can relate in the fact that you're not being able to fully commit to yourself. And like I said, making those promises and breaking them. All of this right here is places where I have been in the past, and I finally broke through that with a lot of these tips I'm going to share with you guys tonight. So number 1, eat more food. Oh, what did she just say? Did she just say I can eat more food? Yes, I am telling you, you can eat more food. It's not about eating less food. It's about eating more of the right foods. I was constantly buying all these ridiculous quote unquote diet foods, like 100-calorie packs and 0-calorie blah, blah, blah. All this crap, highly processed foods that actually made me not be able to lose weight and not see the results I wanted to see. They made it worse for me. When I started eating clean, whole foods, my body started changing. So what I mean by that is eating foods that you actually have to prepare. So you do need to learn how to cook a little bit, but foods that aren't highly processed. And like if I were to go to the grocery store, I would stick to the outside perimeter of the grocery store for the most part. So pretty much everything that's fresh and whole is going to be on that outside perimeter of the grocery store. So basically most everything that you're eating during the day is coming from your refrigerator, because it's a perishable item, because it's a fresh food. So like I said, it does take some learning to cook, because you are eating these clean, whole foods that are perishable. But you'll be amazed at the changes you'll see just from simply cutting out processed foods and cutting out the diet foods and cutting out the fake sugars. You'll be amazed at how quickly you either A, start seeing the scale go down, or B, start seeing changes where your clothes are fitting looser just by doing that. And you're going to be able to eat more food and still see those changes. So it's not about eating less food necessarily. But it is also about eating the right portions, number 2, because you can, like if you go and shop at Whole Foods and you got all this healthy food for you, and all you're eating all day long is, let's say, dried fruit, granola bars, Greek yogurt, you know, the stuff that's quote unquote healthy. Well, that is great. It's a healthier option, but that's pretty much all carbohydrates. And I think that's where a lot of people go wrong, is they think that they're eating healthy foods, but those healthy foods are high in sugars, high in fats, and high in carbohydrates, and they're eating a lot of it. So it's really important to be able to also eat in the right portions. And you might have heard a lot about the term macros more recently. It's become very popular. So what are macros? Macros are basically the 3 macronutrients that are not necessarily like the most important, but they compromise the most of what our food is. So the three macronutrients are proteins, fats, and carbohydrates. And so you want to make sure that you're eating in the right portions of those three macronutrients. And I'm not saying that you can't eat carbs at all. I actually think it's really important to eat carbs. And that's why I say on there, wait, I can eat carbs. Yes, you can eat carbs. Carbs are very, very important. Those are the main source of energy that you get. That's why when you do a really low carb diet, you are either a raging bitch or you can't think straight and you're super tired. I don't suggest doing a low carb diet just because it is not sustainable for a long period of time for those reasons. And nobody wants to be around a bitchy, irritable, constantly hangry, tired person, you know, and I don't want you to have to do that either. So you can still eat carbohydrates and you can still have fats, and you definitely want to focus on eating proteins, but you have to have them in the right portions. And those portions are going to be based off of what your goals are. So you have to ask yourself, what are my goals? Are my goals to either lose fat, or are my goals to gain muscle? Now, if you're a lady and you're listening to this, which you probably are, let me just say that you will not gain a ton of muscle. It's basically impossible for us as ladies to gain a ton of muscle because we just simply do not have enough testosterone. So what are your goals? Think about going into this transformation that you're hoping to have. Are you looking to lose fat? Are you looking to gain muscle? You will base your portions of those macronutrients, fats, proteins, and carbohydrates based off of your goals. So let's say you want to lose fat, you are going to eat less carbs and less fat, but you're going to have more protein. If you are looking to gain muscle, you're going to have a higher amount of carbs and higher amount of protein and less fat. So it's really about just changing up those portions. You might have heard the term IIFYM, or if it fits your macros. This is basically a way that you can calculate what those macronutrients are, what those percentages should be based off of those goals. And this is a really popular method. And this is the method that I used this summer when I got in amazing shape using the If It Fits Your Macros method. And it gave me the opportunity to be able to eat foods that I really love and still be able to see changes. All right, so number 3, chug, chug, chug. Let's talk about water for a second. I used to go through an entire day hardly drinking any water. I mean, I probably went days without drinking any water. The only water I got was from my food. And a big reason why I did that, and this is so horrible to even admit, was because I was so glued to what the scale said and weighing myself every morning that I didn't want the scale to go up the next day. So I didn't want to drink a bunch of water because I didn't want to have all this water retention. But I had no idea that water retention is really from the lack of water. So if you're not giving yourself proper hydration throughout the day, you're going to hold on to more water. So what you need to do is make sure that you are drinking plenty of water so that your body isn't in this like starvation mode, lack of water mode, where it feels like it has to hold on to everything that you drink. You want to make sure that you are giving it plenty so it can flush out that water and you will lose that water retention. So what the heck is inner bath time? I have written on here. Inner bath time is this method that a lot of people use that really helps you to kind of jumpstart your water intake for the day. So you wake up and you have your inner bath and you chug a good tall glass of water, maybe like 16 ounces or whatever it is. And it really helps you to just kind of set up your day for drinking more water. And so how much water should you be drinking? You should be drinking half of your body weight in ounces each day. So if you weigh 120 pounds, you should be drinking 60 ounces of water in a day. And then what if I don't like water? I get this from a lot of people who contact me, and unfortunately, you just got to learn to love it. But there are plenty of things you can put in your water. You can put cucumbers in your water. You can put raspberries or strawberries and blueberries, whatever, mint leaves. Put it in your water. Let it kind of infuse in, and it'll just give it a little bit more flavor. And you just kind of got to learn to love it. Number 4, I'm too tired to work out. I totally know how you feel, because some days I still have this problem, and I definitely had this problem when I was starving myself and when I was eating all those diet foods. I did not want to get to the gym at all. The thing is that you need to move your body in order to have that energy. Have you ever noticed that you can have days where you just sit on the couch and do nothing and you feel more tired than anything? But on the days when you've been on the go all day long and you go and you get home at night and you're like, I can still keep going, I have energy to do more. It's because you are moving your body during the day. So like I say on here, it's a slippery slope to becoming a couch potato. You start off your day sitting down, not doing anything. It can just lead to a progression of more of being tired and more of just sitting around and you not wanting to do anything throughout the day. So this is why I highly suggest early morning workouts and doing fasted cardio. I don't suggest doing fasted lifting workouts though, but I'll get to that later. Fasted cardio means you haven't had any breakfast. Maybe you've had a cup of black coffee, or you've had a pre-workout and you get your cardio session, your workout session done in the morning. Basically, the theory behind this is that during the night, you've used up all the glycogen in your bloodstream. That is your energy reserves in your bloodstream. So you've used that all up through the night while you were fasting. And then in the morning when you wake up, you've already started to kind of dip into your other fat or your other energy stores, which is your fat. And then once you do your cardio workout, it will help you to dip into those fat stores. Also, with the early morning workouts, it's going to help you to have more energy for the day. You're getting the worst, not the worst, but like the hardest part of your day out of the way, and you're going to have more energy for the rest of your day. And then another thing is to ditch the morning sugars. I know it can be really tempting to just totally put a ton of creamers in our coffee and reach for a granola bar or have Greek yogurt with fruit in it or something like that for breakfast. But really what that's going to do is it's going to set you up so that you're riding that blood sugar roller coaster for the rest of the day. And if you know what I'm talking about with this, is where you have sugars or something and you feel really great, and then you sugar crash not very long after that at all, and you're starving again and you're craving more sugars, and it just keeps going like that throughout the rest of the day. That's why I say ditch the morning sugars. I like to focus on a moderate fat, high protein breakfast, usually with eggs and some kind of healthy fat like avocado or coconut oil. So those are my suggestions with helping you to have more energy just throughout your whole day. Number 5, cardio is not key. Yes, you heard that right. I hate cardio. I hate it. I do it, but I really don't like it. But the good news is that cardio does help. It definitely helps. But there is a better way to get better results faster, and that's using weights. Like I said earlier in this, I used to go and do a 30 to 45 minute workout on an elliptical, and I would basically kill myself just doing cardio, but I was not ever seeing results until I started hitting the weights. And a huge reason why I didn't ever go and do weights is because I was so super intimidated by the weights. So if that's how you feel about the weight section in the gym, just know that I totally understand. And then when I say go and hit the weights and lift heavy and just don't be afraid to lift, you're not going to bulk up. Like I said earlier, as women, we simply don't have enough testosterone to build muscle like men do. So you're not going to bulk up fast. You'd have to really be trying and really have everything dialed in, like your nutrition and your workouts and everything. And you'd have to be trying to bulk up in order to bulk up like a guy. So don't worry, you're not going to, but it's going to completely change your body. It basically turns your body into a fat incinerator. And by this, I mean your body has to work harder to maintain itself because it has more muscle and it has less fat. So basically what it's going to do is it's going to allow you to eat more foods and to still maintain a leaner physique because you have more muscle mass. And then cardio is still important though. It's very important for helping you for your cardiovascular health, and it is important for fat loss. So I'm not discrediting cardio, but I'm saying there is a better way. And I think it still is very important to keep cardio in your weekly routine, kind of intermittently putting it in there every few days. Number 6, it's time to change it up. So maybe if you're listening to this, you already have a workout program that you've been doing for a while. Maybe you love running every morning. Maybe you're already doing an at-home workout program, or you have this same gym routine that you always do, and you've hit a plateau. Well, if you've hit a plateau, that means that it's time to change it up. You got to keep your body guessing. You've got to change up your workouts. It's going to help you to blast through that plateau. So it's time to get some variety in your workouts. So if you've been doing the same thing for a while and you're not seeing results, that's a sign that it's time for you to switch it up and get something new. Get a new workout program. Find a new workout guide, maybe on like bodybuilding.com or wherever, whatever you're doing. If you're doing gym workouts or at-home workouts, find out something new for you to try to keep your body guessing. Number 7, how to target fat loss in certain areas. I get a lot of people asking me, like, I really want to tone up my abs and tone up my thighs. And I hate to tell you this, but you can't. You can't target fat loss in certain areas. Like myself, I used to go and do that cardio, and then I would go and do abs, and I would do outer and inner thighs, and that's all I would do because I was so afraid of every other machine in the gym when I used to go to the gym all the time. But I never, like I said, never saw results. You can't target fat in those certain areas just by doing an exercise using those muscles. The good news is that you do have full control over losing fat, because abs are made in the kitchen. The most important part about losing fat is your nutrition. And most people kind of go by this 80-20 rule. It's about 80% nutrition and 20% the exercise that you're doing. So you have full control. That's great news. I have full control over being able to get a six-pack. Heck yeah, because you have control over what you are eating. So if you want to lose fat in your abs or your thighs or wherever it is, it's all about your nutrition, and it's all about what I was talking about earlier about getting the right portions. That's what's going to be the most important thing to helping you to get to those goals. And then number 8 is getting in the mindset. There's not very much on this slide because this, I think, can be one of the hardest things for me to explain, and it can be one of the hardest things for someone to accomplish who is wanting a transformation. And basically what it comes down to is pain versus pleasure. And this is a teaching by one of my mentors, Tony Robbins. If you don't know who he is, I highly suggest checking him out. He's amazing. But basically every single decision that we make, is based off of, is this going to bring me more pain or more pleasure? If it's going to bring us more pleasure than pain, we're probably going to say, yeah, sign me up, let's do it. If it's going to bring us more pain than pleasure, we're going to probably avoid it. And for most people, they think of working out and they think of pain. They think of eating healthy and they think of pain. So what you have to do is you really have to dig down deep, and you have to trick your brain into finding pleasure in eating healthy and working out. You have to try to condition yourself to loving the feeling of that after workout high, of loving the feeling of having so much more energy because you're fueling your body with all of these dense nutrients and whole clean foods. So it's really about conditioning yourself to finding pleasure in eating healthy and in working out. Number 9, get support. I talk to so many women who are not getting the support from their spouse, and it breaks my heart, and I feel so bad because getting that support is so important. So if you're wanting to start this transformation for yourself, talk to your spouse. Tell them how important it is to you. Tell them how you really need their support. Tell them how they don't necessarily have to do it with you, but that you need them to help you to stay on track. Talk to your family about it. Tell your friends, maybe even get an accountability partner. I think that's probably the best route, is talking to your spouse if you have one, and then getting an accountability partner, somebody to do it with you. And then maybe even if you're brave and you want to try this out, is getting some accountability from your social media and just putting it out there. You would be amazed at the accountability that you get when you're like, okay, everybody, I'm starting this new program, and you blast that out on your social media. You better believe that people in your mind, people are probably going going to be watching you, and that you're going to be getting those workouts done, and that you're going to be staying on track, and that people are going to be checking in with you. So that's just taking it to a whole new level. It's not for everybody, and I'm not saying you need to go do that, but it's an option if you really need to get some accountability and making sure that you follow through with it. And then number 10 is decide. Just decide to do it. You can change your life in one tiny little moment. You can make the decision that's going to change your life, that you're going to say, no more. I don't want to feel like this anymore. I want to feel amazing about my body. I want to feel energized throughout my day. I want to feel like I'm fueling my body. I want to feel good about how I look in the mirror. I don't want to be ashamed to wear a bathing suit or feel like when I go and try on new clothes at the mall, it's just totally pointless because I hate the way everything looks on me. Totally been there. You just got to decide that no more. I'm going to raise my standards, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to finish this, and I'm going to be that fit, healthy person that I want to be. And then you need to have a plan. You need to have a plan to get there once you make that decision. And so what this brings me to is you got to figure out what works for you, fitness that fits you, because everybody is different. We all have certain preferences that we would rather do in order to reach those goals. And the thing is that you've got options. Number one, you could do it on your own and do all this research and try and figure it out. And I'm not discrediting that. It's probably going to be a slower process, but you could totally do it on your own and figure it out on your own. Or number two, you get the tools that you need to get there, you get the support from people around you, and then you get a coach. And that's where I come in. And by the way, I'm a free coach, just saying. So if you would rather work out at home, you do have options. You can try what we call a challenge pack. And basically with the challenge pack, you get workouts on DVD, or you can stream them online. You get these cool portion control containers so that there's no more guesswork in what those macros you should be eating. It's like stupid simple, easy portion control. If it fits in the container, you can eat it. You get a nutrition guide. It'll tell you exactly what foods you should be eating, so there's no more guesswork when you go to the grocery store. There's recipes in there to help you to learn how to cook these foods, and they're easy recipes to follow. And then you get 30 days of superfoods. Like I said, talking about eating the right foods, it's really important to be able to get those nutrients. When you're eating all those diet foods and you have these crazy cravings for stuff, it's probably because your body is craving certain nutrients. So what you get is you get these this superfood shake. You get 30 days of it, and you just drink that once a day. Plus you've got all your other food that you're eating. And then when you have that superfood shake, it's going to fill in those holes in your nutrition, so you're not going to have those crazy cravings. And then you also get a 30-day trial for Beachbody on demand. Basically with that, you can stream your workouts online. You don't have to worry about your DVDs, and there's access to a ton of other workout programs besides the one that you purchase. You might have heard of them before, like Insanity, P90X, Brazil Butt Lift. You get full access to all of those programs. And then plus you're going to get support. You're not only going to get support from me as your coach, but you're going to get support from the people around you. I am telling you, the community that we have created through our Facebook groups is absolutely incredible. And the accountability that you get from it and the support that you get from it makes it like almost impossible for you to give up on yourself. It's mostly ladies. The ladies who surround you during your transformation are going to completely 100% support you all throughout your transformation. And there's all kinds of options here. I just have a few here. These are the most popular, is the 21-day fix. That's the best one for beginners. And then my favorite one right now is hammer and chisel. This is for somebody who wants to build muscle, lean muscle from home, and somebody who doesn't want to go to the gym to do that. And then this is for somebody who prefers to go to the gym. This is a brand new guide that I am putting together right now this week. It's a 4-week Tone Your Body transformation program. I teach you how to lift at the gym. You have to have a gym membership for this, because this involves exercise machines that you're definitely not going to have at home. So I'm going to teach you how to lift. I'm going to teach you proper form. You're going to get a workout program from me. These are going to be the exact same workouts that I use when I go to the gym. I'm going to help you to figure out calculating your macros that you need in order to get to whatever your goals are, whether your goals are to lose fat or to gain muscle. I'm going to talk about some meal prepping tips for you guys, basically what exactly I do when I meal prep. A grocery list guide, and you'll get a fitness tracker from me so you can track your weights. And then we'll talk about some supplement protocols, because I think it's really important to have the proper supplementation when you're going to the gym based off of whatever your goals are, like whether they're building muscle or losing fat. And so that is, either one of those are available to you guys. This one is going to be available on my Facebook like page here very soon, but I am offering it on sale this week. So if you're interested in that, you'll definitely want to send me a message. Either one, if you're interested in the challenge pack, working out from home, or you want to get a gym membership and you don't know what to do in the gym, just send me a message after this, and we will get you all. I'll get you all set up and give you any details that I might have missed and help you with any questions that you might have. So with that, I don't know, I think I can do a chat option here. Do you, can you guys see the chat option? Am I able to, is anybody else able to chat at all? If you have any questions? Maybe not. This is my first time using Google Hangouts, like I said. So, well, if you guys have any questions, feel free to message me on Facebook. You can find me at Mommy in Love of Fitness on Facebook. You can email me at shuger10. It's SHAUGER10@gmail.com. You guys can email me there if you have any questions. And thank you so much for watching in on this tonight. I hope these tips help you. I hope you guys have amazing transformations. Please send me pictures if you do. And if you have anything that you want to know more about, just send me a message. I'd be happy to help. Best of luck to you guys in the coming year, and have a wonderful night. Bye.